Hello everyone, welcome back to Klonoa. This time we're doing Vision 3 and we're continuing on through Forlock Forest. Also I managed to figure out everything that was wrong. Hopefully the audio levels are fine now, especially during like when I cut the video at some point in the second one, it just went really even quieter somehow, but for now it should be fine, I believe. Yeah. I hope that I can get better at commentating as well. Today I'm a bit nervous, just because I just got news that I'm getting an interview for a job for the first time. So yeah, I've been pretty much jobless for like so long, and I'm finally like getting one. Maybe. I mean, obviously there's no guarantee because, you know, it's just an interview, but I hope I do well. And yeah, it's sort of taking up a lot of like space in my mind, so but hopefully I can still commentate relatively well. Yeah, this level, I believe, like, is very like maze-like, or not really. I might be thinking of a different level. It might be the second one of this. Actually, yeah, it's the second Vision 3 level, or the second half of it rather, or something. But this first one's not too bad. I mean, it's still kind of non-linear, but it's still pretty straightforward. Just like take any branching paths as they come up. You don't really need to like worry about like wasting time, really. Just like take the first branching path usually. Sometimes there'll be points where that's wrong, but most of the time you just like, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, because I can hear the music now, I can hear this just amazing soundtrack. Like, I can't stress enough. This level as well is just like so good. Also, yeah, I believe Vision 2 was when they introduced keys into the equation of like these levels, but really they're not quite like used as much as you'd think. There's only a couple points in the game where they're used, but I think in some of the spin-offs especially, they really overuse the keys a lot on the Game Boy Advance, and I believe the 1+1 game, though I haven't played Moonlight Museum, so I have no idea how that one is. But I really should. I wanna see how that one is. Yeah, the keys are quite like just easy to. I don't know why. I don't know. They're quite simple, and they don't like overstay their welcome. They just like make sure, hey, you're not supposed to go here first. Just go somewhere else. And it just makes the sense of like progression in these more non-linear levels feel a bit better, I guess. Yeah, we've got more interacting with like the foreground and background, which is just awesome. And we've got these weird pogo enemies that to this day I don't really know how to deal with consistently. I mean, I know how to, I just always mess up no matter what. It's quite ridiculous, but yeah. I'm thinking of like putting something in the background behind my my model, just to make sure there's not any like black space, I guess. Just to make it a bit like easier to look at, I guess. That might help. But yeah, for now it's just gonna be like this, I guess. I will probably finish like commentating over this. Oh, then there's another death. I'll probably finish commentating over this game like way before I even like get an answer back from the interview, seeing if I even get the job or not. But I will like probably like make a comment on this video if I do, just like to, in case anyone was wondering, which I doubt. Well, I really struggled with this. This is really not that difficult. But yeah. These springs can also mess you up. But it's actually kind of like practice for like the boss of this vision at the end of Vision 3-2. Because that uses springs quite like a lot. And like that's the main gimmick of that one. You just have to like hit the boss by jumping over it with springs. And they even reuse that gimmick for like a standard enemy as well later on in the 4th and 5th and I believe 6th division. Which is always cool. I like when games do that. It's really cool. But yeah, I do believe I struggle with this small puzzle as well. Hopefully not too much, I don't remember. I believe I was like struggling to find where the next imprisoned like villager or whatever it is, and I was just like taking it slow trying to remember. I believe it's in here. This is the one where it was, and I completely foolishly messed up that. But hopefully I get it next time, otherwise it's going to be super embarrassing and I will probably just like cringe, I don't know. But yeah, you're not supposed to jump, which is that. Of course you can't make it up there without an enemy, so I had to go back down here again. That will be the last time I believe I do that. Here's another key. As I said, it's quite simple and admittedly kind of bare bones, I'd say, with the keys, but it's not really anything that important really. I don't feel like too strongly either way about these. And here's another one of these sections which are just like amazing. I remember this giving me trouble trying to get all of the gems in this level. Just this part was like awful to get. Because you can easily miss some of them. This level in general there's like one part early on where there's like a hidden like egg thing that has a bunch of gems in it, and I played through the level like 5 times and I didn't find it. I felt so stupid when I did though. Yeah. And it's over. We're reaching the end of this part of the vision. I also really like this like simple puzzle here. If you accidentally hit that enemy twice, you actually don't get the gems in like that he's holding, so it can be quite frustrating, especially if it's your first time playing the game, I guess, or first time trying to get all the gems, because you can sort of like sometimes misjudge where he actually is and accidentally like hit him. I've had that happen to me a couple of times, yeah. And that's all of the trapped villagers. I don't remember the names of them. I believe they're like cool. I have no idea. I've forgotten. The only ones I know is I think like Brisgalians, I think. I think that's like for the first level. I could be completely wrong with that, and I'm going to embarrass myself by saying that, but hopefully I didn't. I really hope it's that. But anyway, we're at the end of the level, and all that's left is to like visit Granny, which will be at the end of this vision. And that building, that like structure in the background is where the next level takes place. There we go. I really love this song. I'm so glad I get to hear it while recording as well. Now that I've like figured out the audio issue I was having, but yeah, it's great. Yeah, here's the first like I'd say major roadblock for a lot of like first-time players, I guess, or not really, but just like for me it was. It took me forever to beat this level, just because I was a stupid kid. But yeah, basically you have to like go around this tower in a bunch of different ways, and I forgot how it went. But for this playthrough, but I quickly figure it out eventually. Yeah. I think this is also the longest level so far. But yeah, pretty much the goal of this level is to get this thing moving so you can move on with the level. And you just have to go all around the building, looking for a way to do that. And it's a great like puzzle. I like it. Here's me being confused by this like jumping pattern this enemy's doing, which is really not that confusing. I don't know why I troubled with that for a second. Pretty dangerous platforming here, but not too bad. By the way, I completely messed up this like ×2 gem thing. You're meant to like not collect the gems down there on your first one and get them while this is going on. But yeah, I completely like forgot about it. So yeah, I did very poorly there. Also, I really like these enemies for some reason. They're just like I find them really cute. And that just gave us a life, okay. nice miss. That's one way to get it. Yeah. I think it's at this point where I was just like really struggling, like a lot for some reason. Anyway, here's Joker again. He's like messing around with the tower. He's the reason it's not working. So yeah, we need to get another key. I have no idea how I missed that, sorry. It's just a gem. There we go. These weird enemies, I have no idea what they're called, those green ones, but they're used quite often, especially in these later levels. Yeah, since those enemies don't really like pop until they explode, it's that just teaches you how that works, I guess. And here's a room that probably some people struggled with, I guess, when they were first playing. I mean, you literally can't die unless you're like running into the enemies like that. But it's literally just teaching how to triple jump, which is basically second nature to me at this point when I played this game so many times. And even though I haven't played this game for a while, it's still ingrained in my head. But there is like an extra level you unlock if you rescue all of like the trapped people. That has like, you have to like chain those jumps together so many times, and it's honestly hell. It's not too bad actually, but in this playthrough when I do it, I do struggle quite a bit. But it shouldn't be too bad, I guess, if on like a second or third try. Alright, yeah, this puzzle. I completely forget how to do it, and it takes me quite a bit. I think you have to like do it in a specific order. Yeah, that's quite simple. I really should have thought of that first, because like that's like the most obvious sort of answer to that sort of like puzzle, I guess. I guess I was not thinking straight. My excuse is that it was very like humid that day, so I couldn't think straight really, and that will be my excuse for any other mistake that happens from this point onwards. Because when I was recording it was just like a complete awful day. I did not like it at all. Yeah. I think we're very close to the end of the level. Yeah, just through here, and then I think a couple bits of platforming, and then we should be good. I actually like really love this room as well. I don't know, it's very aesthetically pleasing to look at. There's a lot of rooms in Klonoa that are like that actually, but this one specifically I really love. Yeah. And here's, I believe, our final challenge before getting to the boss. Just climbing up this spiral platforming challenge, which I am doing very poorly at just then. Yeah. Here we are. And here is Granny. This is what Granny looks like. Obviously we heard about her from the end of the first vision, and we're finally seeing her. She's not that interesting of a character. I'll have to like admit that the characters are fairly like, I guess, what would the word be, like flat? I guess they don't have much depth really, but that's not really a problem. I actually think that's like, it's more focused on being like a cute, like charming story really. It's not really focused on like deep character stuff, I guess, except for like, I guess like the main characters, I guess. But really, I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm just I've talked myself into a corner. Yeah, this is the boss for this one, and it's quite easy, but it can give you some trouble if you're not good at like timing your attacks. I believe I do pretty well. Once again, the boss music is incredible. That ball can like really throw you off as well if you're not like paying attention, I guess. Because it rolls way faster than you think it would. But yeah. And then you have to jump over this guy, which I failed to do, but luckily I don't fall off the edge. Yeah. Missed that. Yeah, once he gets faster like this, it can be quite challenging. Just one more left. With that, we're halfway done. We're halfway through the game, technically. I mean, the last three the last three visions are a bit longer than the first three, especially the 6th and 5th visions. Those are quite long. Vision 4 is actually quite short. I believe I finished it in like, I don't know, like 20 minutes or so. So yeah. And yeah, Joker was listening in on that, so he knows where the moon pendant is. So that means we've pretty much got to like chase after him and hope that he doesn't get it. Yeah. Yeah, we're going all the way back to the beginning of the game, kind of. Yeah, that's pretty much what the 4th vision levels are. Just that. Alright. Hope you enjoyed this part. Hopefully the audio levels are also great. I'm not sure, but yeah. Next time we'll do Vision 4. Alright.